Hello everybody, this is Patrick Butler. Now last week I recorded what my animated shows of the 80s and 90s were, and unfortunately I didn't get a chance to upload it. I had trouble uploading it, so I didn't upload it at all. But now I'm going to show it to everybody, what my favorite animated series of the 80s and 90s were. So, enjoy! Hello everybody, this is Patrick Butler. Now, I want to give a shout out, before I say anything, I want to give a shout out to Declend619. He wanted me to shout out for him, so I decided to do it in this video. I hope you watch it. I'll be sending this video to you, of course. Declend619, just to let you know. Alright? Just a shout out to you. Now, let's get down right to it. Now, I heard that the 5 Awesome Studs did this challenge about what their favorite animated shows of all time were from the 80s and 90s. They did a challenge of, like I said in the beginning of this video, what their favorite animated series were from the 80s and 90s. I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to tell my top 10 favorite, well, I should say, I'm going to tell my top 5 favorites of the 80s, and I'm going to tell my top 5 favorites of the 90s. First, the top of the 80s. Transformers from 84 to 87, G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Real Ghostbusters, and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, just to let you know. The 90s are Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures, Sonic the Hedgehog from ABC, Futurama, and of course my number one favorite of all time. This is my favorite animated series of all time, and that of course is The Simpsons. Now what of my honorable mentions are for the 80s? There are a couple of them. DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, which of course was mentioned as one of Ron Fox's top 5 favorites. And of course there's also the Jetsons, which of course was the first series to actually make a comeback. And of course the Family Guy did it in 2000. Of course, the Jetsons, of course, is one of my honorable mentions for the 80s. The Smurfs, and what else? Captain N and the Game Master, and I think Super Mario Bros. Super Show and Inspector Gadget. Now the 90s, there's a couple of them. Let's say King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, which of course was mentioned by 2 people. It was their top favorite. 2 of the one of course being Frankie and the other What Movie 1. And let me think. That's pretty much about it for the 90s. Oh, there's a couple others. Darkwing Duck, Tailspin. And that's pretty much it for 90s honorable mentions. That, of course, didn't make my top 5, but were actually pretty close. Now, one show in particular that I really liked, but only lasted for 1 year, and unfortunately hasn't been on DVD. It's out on DVD in the UK, but not here in the United States. I wish it was, so people could see how good it was. But I don't know if everybody will like it, but they might. I don't know. And that show is Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars. Now that was a great show, I think. I should say so, because I've seen it. It only lasted from 1991 to 1992, and I enjoyed it. Just to let you know. Now Wednesday, there's going to be a challenge, and you can respond to that on the bottom of that video when I upload it. That won't be until Wednesday, so just to let you know. And That's all I gotta say. I hope you liked my list of the best anime, well, I should say my favorite animated series of the 80s and 90s were. And everybody has a different list, so just to let you know. That's my favorites, and hopefully you'll check out Wednesday's video of my challenge. And this will be a challenge to every one of my subscribers and friends, since I heard it was first started by the 5 Austin Dudes, or something like that, and now the 5 Awesome Studs are doing it. And hopefully they will answer to my challenge, and hopefully you will too. That won't be until Wednesday, of course, but for now, all I gotta say is, blog you later. Bye-bye for now.